Hello.
Hi. Hi, guys. Hello.
Hello, Master.
How are you?
Very good.
Wonderful, Master. Good, Master. How are you, Master?
Oh, I'm good if you are good. Yeah. I try to be good, no?
Yes. Thank you.
Hey, I thought it is still a new year, so we have a little break. Not working so much. I thought I'd read you a story. Is that okay? Every day looking at myself. So boring. So I thought I'd look at some more beautiful faces. Like those in front of me right now. You feel good?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you, Master.
Do I look good there?
Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
Yeah, it's better this way, huh? I have a new system now. I can see you better. I can see you more. There is a prize to be independent. Normally, before everybody, the cameraman, the professional took care of everything, and I just show up and look pretty. And now I look pretty, sweating. One moment. Be patient.
We see
I see.
Yes.
Now you can see my pretty face again?
Yes.
Pretty older face, pretty but old but pretty. Yeah, it's okay now?
Yes.
Better? Man, I'm getting high tech nowadays. I have a screen monitor. I have a computer in front of me, and I have a camera also.
Wow.
And I have a light also. Yeah, a table lamp. And we are set, and you can see me, huh?
Yes.
Master.
Thank God for that. Okay, now I have to do one more thing, which I forgot. I turn on the video. Too many marvelous instruments. My God. Can I do everything? Can I sing and dance? Yes, sure. All right then. Yes, we are okay. We are okay. We are better nowadays, right?
Yes.
Because the so-called table is very small. I put a piece of wood on top of the boxes to make it become a table. It's not a professional table, but it has a good advantage. Like you can turn it around. You can turn the piece of wood on top around wherever you want to. It's become different.
Wow.
Is that okay now?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Even if it's not, it is. We have no choice with your very, very professional master here. All alone, doing everything. Today, I think it's the second or third day that I have tried this new system with the monitor, the screen monitor, yes,
Yes.
and the rat, the mouse. Mouse and rat is the same to me. Because it just gives me no trouble. I'm not used to it. And then he runs everywhere. You know how rats runs. They run everywhere, and it's very difficult for me to get used to it, to control. But I'll be okay. I'll be okay in a while. I get used to it. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you that your superwoman is not always super, huh? Okay?
Yes, Master.
I have just flipped out, and it shows me a story for the gate of heaven. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that you are very, very cool. You're so good. You can do so many things. People would think we are professional here, but we're not, eh? I appreciate it very much. I just wanted to tell you something I've forgotten again. Today is the third day that I tried this screen monitor because your brothers tell me that it's better for me. Because then we use remote typing, the panel.
Wireless.
Huh?
Wireless.
The what?
Keyboard.
The keyboard. The remote keyboard.
Yes.
And the remote rat mouse.
Yes.
Yes. But it's so very difficult for me. It's kind of hard. Not really that hard. It's just I'm not used to it, and it takes longer time. And I'm very tempted to always go back to the direct computer. I sit in front of the computer and use the keyboard right in front of me. That is on the computer. But I have to try. Maybe it's better for me. The keyboard, the remote keyboard doesn't give you pain in the fingers. Did you girls buy them? I have told them to give a message to you that all of you must have it. The remote keyboard and the screen monitor. The screen monitor has not too much of this radiation, I guess, from all the complicated things in the computer. So you can see it. Also much bigger image, easier to look at, huh?
Yes.
And then so that you can sit far away from the computer. Do you capiche? Did you buy already?
We have screen monitors, Master.
You already had?
Yeah, and the keyboards that we currently have, we can sit far away.
Okay, that's good. I was the only one that did not have, huh? Okay, always. I never knew this until one of your brothers wrote the hotline telling me that I can do this, do that, so I don't have the pain in my finger. The pain was after a while, you forget it also. I forgot it. Not too much painful. I mean, after a while, you get used to it. But it's just that I keep losing my muscle here, around, above the elbow, and it was alarming. Originally, I thought because of my sickness before, but it was a long time here, long time ago. So it cannot be that.
Yeah.
I even haven't told me quit the computer, but I cannot. I have to work with it. And it's never mind. I hope it's better.
Yes, Master.
All right. And then because I tried it, it's so hard and very slow for me. And I was thinking it gives me a little vexation, frustration. And I was thinking of you guys. Maybe you have the same feeling, same unpleasantness. And I was thinking, oh, I feel so sorry for you. And I feel so much appreciation. I just want to tell you that I appreciate all your hard work very much. Okay?
Thank you, Master.
You here in front of me and the outside TV remote workers in the whole world, I thank you all very much for all your effort, your sacrifice, and your expertise. I think it's not pleasant to sit in front of the computer all day. I had to, because I work also very slow. Where's my glasses, by the way? Your master, she forgot everything. Glasses, where are you? Can't see it, my God. I just had it before, now I can't see anything. Where is my glasses? Without glasses, how can I read it to you? It's kind of blurry. I could read, just blurry. It's better with the glasses, so I don't see the glasses. I just had it in front of me. Could you please wait there?
Yes, Master.
Don't run away anywhere, I catch you. Glasses. Oh, here it is. Here it is. It's just in front of me. Now I look very like scholarly, huh? I look scholarly with the glasses on. Yeah. Okay. And I was thinking how hard you have been working all these days, months, and years, every day. There is no day rest. I appreciate it very much, and I love you so much for all your dedication.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you very much. I guess it's maybe a little easier for you, huh? Right?
Yes.
You type faster and you are more expert with the computer, and I'm not. I have never used them until recently. I did use them sometimes just for USB, but I did not use it all the time to type things and to type the corrections, the additions, the comments and all that, all day long. Yeah, then I realized how hard you work. So I appreciate that very much, and I thank you, okay, again. I know I thank you before, but I thank you again now, huh? Okay?
Thank you, Master.
It's quite difficult for me It's quite, I mean, not pleasant. I am willing to do it, nevertheless. It's just not my cup of tea to sit in front of the computer. It's good that I work like that with you so that I can understand you and appreciate more. And even just to organize this, this conference between us, which is supposed to be simple, but still you work very hard for it. I hope the viewers appreciate our trying our best. Maybe for them it's nothing, but for me, I feel that you put a lot of effort into whatever you do and this conference as well. Thank you extra, okay? That's why I wanted to have a conference today. Not a conference. Do you have questions, by the way?
Some of us have questions, Master, but we didn't prepare. We have some prepared in our head, but not on paper.
Oh, good. Later, maybe.
Yes, Master.
Okay. Doesn't matter if you prepare, you just ask.
Yes, Master. Okay.
It's sometimes the phone doesn't convey very well, but we manage many times. And if I don't hear it well, somebody can translate to me.
Yes.
like other times. Okay, now I read you the story after so much ado already. But really, I appreciate it very much these 2-3 days when I try new things. It makes it harder for me, and I wonder that you're doing it every day willingly. At your age, most people are outside having fun and having a cozy family or whatever they have there. And you just sitting in front of the computer every day, working for the world with me. And I really am very grateful. I was thinking about you and shed some tears. Yeah. I was thinking, like what good kids you are. Because some also left us. Maybe it was too difficult, too hard work, or too hard life, without much of socialization. But actually nowadays, people also cannot socialize that much anymore, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Unless they want to flout the curfew and, and go to jail for 6 months, like in Singapore.
Yes.
Yeah, nowadays the governments are very, very strict on that. My God, what a world we live in, huh? It was hard enough without the pandemic,
Yes.
without shutdown. And for the kids, it must be horrible. I think about them every day, about the people who lost their job, who cannot provide for the family, and who are evicted from their home even. You know that or not?
Yes, Master.
If you have some time and glance into the news, you see that. It's horrible, terrible. And I cannot help everybody, and it just breaks my heart. It's just anything, many things in this world just break my heart. Even the animals. I'm feeding the squirrels and the skunks, but in a new place, I don't know where to feed the birds because they are not around. They came sometimes, but they look like they don't stay here. I asked them why. They say it's not safe here. I guess surrounding me, the forests are not very thick, not protective enough for the wind. But I saw one bird nest already deserted, but I saw one on the high tree. I took a photo. Maybe you can see it one day on our television before Master and Disciples. Today, you make me edit one of these early lectures when I went around the world talking to people in different countries, and I saw myself talking in there. I was so young, enthusiastic, energetic, and so beautiful.
You're still beautiful, Master.
Nobody said that, so I just have to. I can't help it. And I remember how long has it been already. Time seems to fly, hey?
Yes, Master.
So fast, especially when you are so busy, right?
Yes.
You get up and you go to group meditation with your brothers or your sisters, and then You go and have a quick breakfast and you go back to your computer. Then it's lunch again or dinner, just 2 times a day. Then you go back to your computer and then you go meditate again. And then it's done the whole day already. So fast, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Somehow it works like that.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Never mind. We don't want life to last too long. What do we have anyway? Just a computer. and 2 meals a day. Is the food good?
Yes.
There are some tasty ones, like appetizing ones. I have taught one of your brothers. Ask him to give the recipes to your kitchen to see if they cook better, huh? I mean, not better, but something new.
Okay, Master.
Just a couple, 1, 2, or 3 of them. Very tasty, very appetizing. In case some days you don't feel well and you don't have appetite, these will be good. They can cook a lot and you can save them in the fridge. They can last for a long, long time. You could eat it just with rice and some fruit or salad, or you can eat it with congee,
Yes.
a rice soup when you don't feel well.
Yeah.
You can save it. You don't have to save it in the deep freezer. Just normal fridge temperature. Try them. And then you maybe just warm it up in the oven before you eat, or don't have to warm it. It's okay. You ask the brother
Yes, Master.
about what I have taught him. It's not exactly as I would do it, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Master.
And when it translates into your kitchen, it may be a couple of degrees even lower, but never mind. You can try it and tell me. If you never ate what I cooked before, then you would not know the difference. And you would think, oh, it is quite appetizing, quite 下饭了. The Chinese, they say 下饭, meaning if you eat that, your food goes down easier. Yeah. All right, let's go to the Jewish folklore story, yeah?
Yes,
Master.
My calendar is always too long. Yeah, I know. I know you liked it. You didn't like me talking about food and all that stuff. When do you eat it, then you will thank me. Yes. When someday when the kitchen doesn't cook very much to your liking, you will thank me. You save them. And then that day you eat extra. Okay? Now the story is called The Gate of Heaven. Any of you see them around you? No, huh? Well, never mind. We have some.
Yes, wow.
The thing is not with the ordinary eyes. You can see them. I told you we have gates of heaven and gates of hell. Remember?
Yes, Master.
Yes. And fortunate for all those who live in the area where there are gates of heaven or many gates of heaven. And unfortunate for those who live in the area or in the buildings where there are many even hell roads existing, forked hell roads and stuff like that. You know, forked, many, like a junction,
Yes, Master.
a road junction of hell. And I told you which one have in some of the government's buildings.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
The White House has. I told you already, right?
Yes, Master.
You don't have to believe me, but you see how much trouble all the presidents or governments, one after another, that they have over there, even assassination and all that. And I told them to move. But nobody would believe me anyway. If they had moved, all the presidents would be safer. Safer not just from assassination, but safer from fake news, from wrong fake accusations, from bad reputations, and from difficult governing kind of situations and conditions. But nobody believes me. I know that. Not many, especially the governments. They are doing it just like business. Mostly, I don't see a lot of sincerity to really serve the people of their country. A lot are not. Some do, but a lot are not. And even some do, they are opposed by others because of conflict of interest. It's just like in one group, if somebody wants to take bribes, but some of them don't want to, then that person either has to be eliminated or he has to resign by himself. It happened. One of the disciples even wrote to me about his situation, that he doesn't want to take bribes like everyone else in that group, but then he doesn't feel safe, so he had to resign. He asked me whether or not he should resign. I said, yes, do. If you cannot win them, then you just have to leave. It's difficult to win in that situation.
Yes.
Lucky that you work for me and you're not allowed any bribes, so. Nobody can bribe you with what you don't have. You all have the same, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we are clean, huh? Aren't we?
Yes.
Good for you. Well, life is short anyway. We should live the way that we feel worthy of our life, of our existence, of God's grace and all the offerings from this earth, this planet. I'm thankful every day when I see the sun, the moon, the stars. You know that already. Or anything that I have, even as little as I have. You know what? My room is so small. My house is so small now. Yesterday I had to fix some holes in the wall and I accidentally nailed my box of tools inside it. After I told you that I have my everywhere, I'm sorry, the story is, can wait, can it?
Yes.
I have my story first. I'm a master, I have priority. How about that? Huh?
Yes.
Okay, that's my privilege. Now, I nailed my box of tools in it. It's not a lot, it's just a small box like this. And about 20 centimeters long and 10 centimeters thick. I put nails, screws, and some screwdrivers, and my Swiss knife in it. After I told you, it's all gone. I could not find it, and I thought, what happened to my toolbox? It's so small, but I need some nails and some thumbtacks to nail something. And then heaven told me, it's in your working box. They call my house a box. Imagine that. I thought I left it outside somewhere, you know. When I walked out, maybe to feed the squirrels or something, I might have absentmindedly left it outside somewhere. I looked and I could not find it. And then heaven just laughed at me like that. It's in your, they say it's not outside, it's in your working box. I was startled. I said, working box? What do you mean working box? I said, you're standing in it. Oh man, I didn't know heavens beings could be so cheeky. Box, they call my house a box. Box, B-O-X. So I just shook my head and had a good laugh. I said, oh yeah, maybe you're right. It's not much of a house. It is a box, all right. It's very square and very small. Enough for me. Because sometimes insects, ants and all come in and I have to clean all the time. If it's bigger, I don't have time. I don't feel like having a pleasure of cleaning the floor all the time. That is something I don't like. I love cooking. I love maybe decorating the house. I don't do it anymore now. I love cooking, but I don't like washing. I don't like washing up. The dishes afterward. The big pans and pots and all that, oh, they bother me since I was a kid already. Whenever I was assigned to do the dishes, I always pull my face like a horse. I say, me, what this is? Oh. I guess I still remember the past life, when I was well fed, well served, well to do. I could do that still nowadays, but I don't want to. I want to be alone and independent. That's why I work so hard. Yeah, that was a funny story. A funny thing that I haven't called my room, my house, a box. And afterwards I was thinking, you're right. Yeah, it is a box. Originally, I did not understand. I thought they mixed the boxes I put under to make a table. I kept looking. I didn't find it. They say, no, you're standing in it. Then I look around and realize, yeah, they have really dry humor. Since we talk about the gates of heaven, I just remembered that story. All right. Now, that was the salt and pepper before the main meal, okay? Now is the main story, the gate of heaven. In the long journey of warring, one time the great emperor Alexander stopped in front of a stream, or maybe a river, small river, and he took out some of his fish. They marinated fish, like they put it in salt to preserve for a long time. Salted fish. Then he washed it in this river water, and the smell came up very, very appetizing. He ate and then he drank a little bit of the water, very fresh and cool from the stream. He was feeling so refreshed, so happy and so pleasant. Then he said, oh, this stream must have originated from Eden. Now maybe we should try to see the source of this stream. So he began walking opposite of the current. So he went upstream, and then truly he faced the Eden garden. The Eden from the Adam and Eve story last time I told you? Yes. Yeah. This is just a story, yeah? I'm not sure if he did really go there so easily like that. And then at the gate, there was one seraphim, means the angel, guarding it. Only one? Such a big, famous Eden. Aren't they afraid that the tourists will come? So only one angel guarded it. Yeah, but with the gleaming sword. So his retinue, bodyguards got so scared, they ran away and hid. Only the great Alexander very dignifiedly walked up to the gate, and he stood coolly in front of the angel and ordered him, open the gate for me. Why, he used to be in the great emperor. His order is Lord, yes. The kings in the old time. And he was a victorious warrior everywhere he went. He conquered many countries without much resistance. Yes. History. You know what? The photo I saw on the computer, on the screen, screen is much better than in my camera. In my camera, it's too much reality. On the monitor screen, I don't see any wrinkles. Okay, fine. Good, whatever. We can't be young forever, unfortunately. Yeah, sadly. When I saw myself some decades ago, I was lecturing openly in I think it was in Holland. Yeah, I looked so young, so energetic, and so good looking. I mean, pleasantly. Yes, really look good looking. Maybe it's a touch up, but really look good. Yeah, did you see?
Yes, Master.
The first part, I look at the second part now. Didn't look too bad at all. Yeah. So the angel replied, "This is the gate of God's palace. Only the responsible can walk in here. Probably for employees only." Just like in many companies, if you are not working in there, you cannot go in.
Yes.
So Alexander saw that he was not permitted to go in. He said, "But I am the emperor and very much respected everywhere. Then at least you give me something, no?" He's a true emperor, huh? Yeah. How many emperors we have had since the beginning of time, and where are they all now?
Yes.
Everything is ephemeral in this world. Only the wise ones remember that every day and act accordingly. The unwise are just burying themselves in their business, in their day-to-day concerns about food and clothes or fame and name and gain, even killing each other for all that, or killing each other's reputation, wrongly accusing each other or fakely accusing each other in court cases in order to gain for themselves. It's a pity. It is a pity. And once you're gone, you're gone. Nothing you can take with you. Maybe a tombstone somewhere in a prestigious garden or not. It depends on how you govern, how you behave during your lifetime, successful or not. So after hearing the great Alexander's request, the angel gave him an eye. Alexander weighed this eye against all his gold and silver. But this eye was always heavier. No matter how much gold and silver he added on to the scale. He asked the angel how to use this eye because it's so heavy. So the angel told him, if you use it the way you're using humans' eyes, then you'll never be satisfied. So Alexander asked him again, how can you prove what you have said is true or is correct? The angel said, you use some soil and cover that eye, then you will see. Alexander did as the angel told him. Immediately, that eye returned to its original real weight. Yeah, that's it. The story finished. Clap, 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 clap. Good that I talk to you sometimes. I think I should make it regular, like once a week or as much as I can, so that I don't forget English and Vietnamese or the humans' language altogether. If I keep talking to heavens, I don't talk. Yes. Talking to them above there, we don't use any language. We just understand each other all the time and ping pong very fast. So Alexander, the great emperor, he was about like 356 to 323 BC. And he was the king of Macedonia. Now we have North Macedonia as well. So which one was that? There was an old ancient kingdom. It's on the north side of Greece. Macedonia may be small, but after that he had conquered also Greece, Persia, Egypt, and all the way to India. Imagine how great that king was, yeah? That emperor was. No wonder they call him Alexander the Great. But what's the use of all that? Hmm? Oh, by the way, the compiler, Mr. Winner, noted here that this story has been collected from the Jewish community in Babylon from the 5th century, just for your knowledge. It's very, very, very good of him to note something like that.
Yes.
So that we know more. Yes. Now, we have heard this story, and what's the use of that? Where is Alexander now? We couldn't find him. Even if he's reincarnated again in this world, he wouldn't have all these countries under his rule anymore.
Yes.
Maybe he had to pay a high price for the bloodshed.
Yes.
Yeah, in obtaining all these other countries that did not belong to him.
Yeah.
I saw some documentary saying that he did all that for his mother or something. He was kind of in love with his mother and kind of jealous of her partner, her king or whatever. You can see that he already went to the Eden gate and he did not ask for anything except the eye, except something. But do you think this is a real eye?
No.
What do you think that was?
The wisdom eye.
Yeah, I guess so.
The real seeing eye.
The real eye that gives you all the things you need to know. But I wonder, with this wisdom eye, how come he's not returning to continue warring? Or maybe he didn't continue warring anymore after that. Yes, it didn't say here. But the wisdom eye is the most precious of everything.
Yes.
And perhaps the angel that he has met, it couldn't have been in the Eden Garden. The Eden Garden is where you are enlightened. Yeah, you see the world with different eyes and different view, and you change your conception of everything about the ephemeral nature of this world. So I guess he met one of the masters. Yeah, one of the masters at that time. In India, there are abound with masters of different kinds and different levels. Not a lot, but you could find them. At least some. In the Kuan method, in the method of light and sound. And also other kinds of yoga. Yes. It takes you longer to practice for enlightenment, or it takes you faster to practice for enlightenment. Now I'm looking at my own camera because I keep looking at you, and then always I just show my high nose and my ear. Oh, I forget. When I see you, I forget to look into the camera. Never mind, eh? Yes. At least your brother and sister outside see me. Yeah, and that I'm talking. Not mimicking the way you're doing for the animals. So I guess they'll be happy to know that I'm alive still, eh? And fighting for them.
Yeah.
Fighting this spiritual battle with the negative. Within and without humans. Yeah, sadly, we had to encounter all this trouble due to our ignorance. Okay, so after this story, do you have any question, or you have any feeling, any thinking, any takeaway?
Master, was Alexander the same king that we heard about one time? I think Master mentioned a story about a king who went to find the lake in India, and there is the pool of eternal youth.
Yes.
And he tried to find that lake.
Yes.
Is it the same king? Was that Alexander?
I guess it's the same. Yes. Who else would conquer India?
Was he a spiritual practitioner, or he had some kind of information about such places like the Garden of Eden and
maybe afterwards, maybe after he conquered India, he might have met some masters, yes, and opened his wisdom eye. And this story may be one of the stories that he met the master. In other books I read about him, he has made some high practitioners, high yogis or master. And then that master or yogi had predicted his death,
Yes.
saying that whenever you see the sky turn into silver, you will die.
Yeah.
So he died under the canopy, which was made of silver. Yeah, that covered him when he was sick, when he was unwell. And that's what the yogi had told him. You see, there are many things the master or the prophecy has told us, but this mostly is in like a metaphorical kind of a story, yeah?
Yes.
Or like a parable. So if you don't have the wisdom eye open, you would not be able to suspect or to interpret what it is, yeah?
Yes.
When Alexander heard that, he probably would think, oh, then he would never die. Because the sky cannot be silver, can never turn into silver. The sky has no substance, no essence of any solid elements. That's what he probably must be thinking, right?
Yes.
Maybe it is written in the history or maybe not, I don't remember. But I guess he must have felt invincible.
Yes.
You never know. If you don't know how to interpret the sages' teachings or premonitions, you would be living in ignorance. And then disaster may befall you anytime, you would never know. Sometimes I read stories I feel are very interesting. So I wanted you also to know, because it has a lot of philosophy in it, no?
Yes, Master.
Yes, and we could learn a lot, and we could take away a lot. To learn, to be more humble, and more attentive to what is priority in our lives.
Yes.
It reminds me also the ephemeral nature of this world, and then we maybe awaken through the story to go to find some solution, some spiritual solution to our life, yeah? Not just being busy all day, all night, working, sweating, just to put food in the mouth and to put clothes on our back. Even Abraham, he was pondering all by himself, remember?
Yes.
Even though he did not have any master, he was already thinking, it's better to think of something more spiritual, higher than our life. Not just, working, earning a living and putting food in the mouth and digesting it and putting clothes on or vying with each other for possessions and prestige and whatnot, for position or political powers. That is not our priority. And because you can see it, huh? What's the use of Alexander conquering so many great countries and die just under a canopy, a silver color umbrella?
Yes.
Any more, love? Any other questions?
I have one more follow-up. Is the story about the Garden of Eden last time. I was wondering, in some versions of the story, the tree that Adam took the apple from was called the tree of knowledge. And
Yes.
I was wondering why it was forbidden, or what is the connection with knowledge that was forbidden by God, and is this still have some meaning today about, is it against God's will for people to seek too much into knowledge, or at least how was it bad for Adam to, or what was wrong with the accessing knowledge from the tree of knowledge?
Good question. Very smart question. Yes. The translation may be wrong, okay? Or maybe slightly different from what God's intention. If it is correct, it should be, in some other book, they will say that the tree that bears the fruit, and you eat it, you will know the wrong and the right. Or you know the good and the bad.
Yes. Right.
Now, I suspect that this is the It's not about the tree of knowledge. It's just something that is forbidden in the kingdom of heaven. Just like I told you the story last time when we were beginning to explore this early planet, and we ate this and that, and then we became more solidified, more heavy, and we could not fly, we could not be free, we could not think so nobly like before, or we cannot be as wise as before. This is not just about the food. Then later on, because of eating so much different food, it changed the chemicals of our celestial makeup and made us become more like a solid being, like we are right now. The humans then began to have more different desires, physical desires for each other and all that, which did not occur before the tasting of all the food on earth in front of them and wherever they found it. And then because of that, we gone into different kind of dimension of behaviors, of desires. And then it's different. We changed. The chemical in our body changed, and we desire intimate body connection with others. We had to build houses or go into cave to hide, to do all these kind of activities with the opposite. Because after eating so many things, our chemistry, our chemical makeup changed. Our celestial components changed into something more material, a lower level than before. It depends on what they ate and how much they ate. They became either man or woman or in between. Yeah, we call them trans nowadays. Trans or a gay or lesbian, right?
Yes.
It depended on how much they ate at that time and what kind of things they ate. Then they changed. And then the one who had become woman is more defined in the bodily contour. That's what you say, correct?
Yes.
Shaped.
Yes.
And the man, the one who turned masculine, became more robust, strong, and with a different kind of mentality. The man at that time saw the beautiful woman, then began to desire them. And thus, they had a couple's relationship and so and so and so on until today. So the tree in the garden, it could mean not just the knowledge, okay?
Yes.
But by the way, the knowledge of wrong and right, of good and bad, what's the use of knowing that?
Yeah.
In heaven, there are no words. I mean, in higher heaven, there are no words in the dictionary that say bad or good, like in the Timbuktu's land. They don't even know that word, good or bad. Everything is just is, okay, as is, and fine, noble, and wonderful. That makes you just feel no desire for anything, just happy, blissful all the time. And meanwhile, you have your creativities and all kind of activities that you wanted to do. So you don't lose anything, not knowing the bad or the good.
Yes.
After eating the apple, knowing the bad and the good, you see what good it is?
Yes.
Yes. Then Adam began to have this physical desire and relationship with Eva. From then on, they go on to do more things that are not heaven-like quality until God has to expel them.
Yes.
The knowledge of good and bad in this world, we know. But what does it help us? Even if we try to avoid the bad quality actions and we try to do all the time the good, it will not take us anywhere. It just takes us to another reincarnation and experience another temptation or bad obstruction again, unless you meet an enlightened master and become enlightened yourself erase all the past karma for you. You never go anywhere doing bad or doing good. Doing bad, you go to hell. Doing good, you reincarnate. Maybe as human, or maybe in heaven, and then come back again. Even as the king of heaven, you will also one day come back as animals even. It depends on your merit, your karma. And so the knowledge of good and bad, even if it was true that if you eat the apple in the Eden garden and you are aware of the knowledge of good and bad, of wrong and right, does that knowledge serve you anything?
No.
Does it make your life better than in Eden? No, nothing. Just pushes you into the river of life and death and reincarnation and suffering and sorrow and some moments of happiness, but the rest are just suffering, painful. More painful than happiness in this life. That's why God doesn't want him to eat it.
Yes.
Do you see it now?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
I mean, would you prefer to eat that?
No.
So now you try to vomit it out for me and then we go back to heaven, ça va? Spit it out, yeah? Okay?